DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? You know, they see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. It really has, and obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage Level 2. I am Gabriel Morency, and I was wrong. I'm an idiot. Talking about Kings can't score, can't do this. They score.
What are you talking about? It was the luckiest goal. Like, it bounced off the side of the glass, and Skinner dove it.
That was the break they needed. You're right. That was the break they needed. You know what? It's almost like just, actually, because I'm looking now. It's 10-5 shots on goal. It was 33-13 the other night. They were due. You know what I mean? It's like that's 43 effing shots in a row without scoring a goal. Like the hockey gods, like you said, finally said, yeah, let the puck go in for these guys. They're trying really hard.
You know what, Gabe? You brought up a good point earlier. Like, people were just kind of anointing Edmonton. Like, if the winner of Nashville, Vancouver, I think is very dangerous. Like, and it's not, and your young goaltender, he played pretty good there, but Nashville scored a late goal. Like, Edmonton is not, they should be dominating the Kings. The Kings are not a good hockey team at all. It's actually not impressive when you think about what they've really done. That's my opinion.
No, like I said, people, I get it. Yeah, they shut up. They're not holding the Kings to a lot of goals, but the Kings can't score on anyone, really. Like, they can't score. So, like you said, look, the Vancouver Canucks were 4-0 against the Oilers this year. You can say, well, it doesn't matter. It was the regular season. You kind of did, though. I mean, they opened up the season. They smoked them 8-1 or whatever it was. And then they beat them again a couple of nights later. And it was it was earlier in the year. Didn't really matter. Then they beat them around Christmas time again. And then if you recall, Cam, they played 2 weeks ago for when first place was on the line on a Saturday night, the last Saturday night of the year. And Vancouver beat them again. Right? They beat them again. And Edmonton was trying. Right? So they didn't have Connor McDavid, actually, though. But the Canucks didn't have Thatcher Demko. But the Oilers tried. So they're 4-0 against them. I do think Vancouver will still get past Nashville. I'm not in full panic mode. I think Vancouver can actually win on the road. What is it? It's Friday night, not Thursday night. The schedule's all whacked now, too. Pearl Jam is playing in Vancouver this weekend. Wow. And so they've got the building on Saturday, and they've got the building on Monday. Kind of now, I don't think the Canucks thought they would make it this far, Cam, when they booked this Pearl Jam show a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Yeah. So to have
Pearl
Jam
Sunday, two nights. So, yeah, the Game 7 is Sunday, but it creates big practice issues, bro. The rink won't be available. Like the morning, like all this, like so Pearl Jam are going to play. You got to get them out of there, get the rink back in, and you got to get Pearl Jam back in there. It's a logistical pain, but I don't know if it'll go 7. I agree what you said too. Listen, I'm a big Sea-Loss fan. All right, I think the kid's great. I've hyped him up a lot, and I said after he won the game that he should start last night. I was very vocal about it. And it was not his fault that they lost by any stretch of the imagination. Agreed. But with that being stated, now you go back to DeSmith. Now you go back to DeSmith on Friday. He's had a full week here with this groin issue, hamstring, whatever. Mm-hmm. I go back to the vet now, and it's sort of like you play it game by game, bro. Right? Just because one guy plays and won doesn't or lost. Doesn't mean he doesn't play again. Like if this is a big picture too. If you're the Canucks, I know you're not to get cocky to look ahead, but I'm just stating, like we talked about last year with Vegas, multiple goalies. You're going to need a couple of goalies to play, bro. Unless you're a lucky team that has some whatever. It is what it is. You just have to get it right on a game by game basis. I personally would go back to Casey DeSmith now on the road on Friday night.
I have no problem with that, but I'm saying no goal, and you played goal. No goalie in the league would have stopped Nashville's second shot. It was a perfect slap shot with a screen in front in the perfect position. It was a beautiful shot. Nobody would have saved that shot. I don't care if he's a third stringer or whatever. It was the perfectly placed shot that the goaltender had no chance on. That's just hockey. But I do agree with DeSmith. I will say this, though, Morency. I disagreed. Even though Logan Thompson was out of position, they went to Aiden Hill. Tonight, Vegas did, and Dallas won the game. He was not great early, but I don't think Logan Thompson did enough to lose his job. Whereas when you're with the Leafs, you know that Wall is better than Samsonov. So you're right. You have to do the goaltender juggling dance. But I didn't think Vegas, Aiden Hill hadn't played in a while either. I didn't agree with that decision. I would have started Thompson again in Dallas. That's just me.
I know what you're saying. I did agree with it. I thought I understood why they did it. But when I saw that they did it, it also sort of sensed as desperation to me from them. Exactly. When I saw that they made that goalie move today, I was like, oh, they're getting nervous. That's what I thought. What I sensed, I was like I talk about. Vegas know it. They're on the ropes, Cam. And that, to me, there's a difference if you're the Canucks and you're deciding whether you play a 23-year-old that played in the AHL all year or your backup goalie, right? Your backup who's got a pulled groin. It's a little different decision than these other teams. Like when you're Vegas, changing the goalie is a desperation move. You see it before, and I saw even Keefe said it. And listen, I've always liked Wall, but these coaches even admit it sometimes. Most of them don't admit it. And they said, well, why'd you change the goalie? He goes, well, it wasn't the other goalie's fault, but we just want to change things up. That's the big thing at all.
They needed to. They did.
We want to change things up. It's like, well, you can change things up by forechecking better. It's not the goalie, right? But that's the angle that they go with all the time. We want to change things up. So they go with the goalie change. So, but listen, dude, we saw Logan Thompson the other night get beat high all the time. He's on his knees all the time. If we see this, trust me, the Vegas scouts and hockey people are telling the coach, we got to get this guy out of there, right? They were like, we got a problem with him. We don't like these goals. So they point blank. But like I said, to me, then when I saw that, I already liked Dallas to win the game today. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, Dallas totally had this. Vegas are worried. I mean, like you said, Cam, they're the defending Stanley Cup champions, and you're changing your goalie. Showing a lack of confidence in your boy here. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 100%.
It's a little different.
With the Leafs,
and then and everyone else sees you're panicking on the team. They're like, oh, man, what are we pulling Logan for, right?
The Leafs were in a totally – you're right, Gabe, but the Leafs were in a totally different situation because, as you said, you look at Samsonov
you're down 3-1, and it's different.
And I'll be honest with you, he saved their season. If Samsonov's in that game, I don't think we'd be playing Game 6. Wall was that good. He was amazing in that game. Absolutely. But we could talk about the overtime winner. He stole the game.
But you've seen the Leafs, Cam.
Yeah.
And I said this a couple of days ago. The Leafs goaltending has not been a problem no matter who's there. Not one game can you look back and go, oh, the Leafs lost 3 games because Samsonov. No, that wasn't his fault.
No, I agree.
He played well. The Leafs didn't score. At least how many times the Leafs got 3 goals in a series? Once, twice, maybe twice now.
Yeah.
No, not even. When they won the other night, they didn't. Like,
and they already got 2.
Like they don't. Yeah, they don't score. So like,
I know.
So everyone, the goalie. That's why I said, you want to change things up, Keith? How about you get your guys to actually play up there, and then you change things up? How's that sound? Like
Sounds
the Leafs
great.
goalie has. Listen, I think Wall. You could argue Wall's better or younger or whatever. But like I said, to me, it doesn't matter who plays Cam. I would go with Wall. I'm playing Wall tomorrow.
Obviously.
But,
dude, if they start,
but I'm just stating, Samsonov wasn't the problem with the Leafs, though. That's my point.
You are right. The problem is you're scoring no goals, 1 goal, 2 goals.
Yeah,
and that's still
Austin
not
Matthews has 1 goal in the series. Like Mitch Marner has 1 goal, like 1 point, like or 2 points. Like it's all this stuff. Like it's not
Matthew
good.
Nyes is the guy, Gabe. Like, and that's the thing. You say your best players have to be your best players. Matthew Nyes has been the best player for the Leafs in the postseason. That's crazy talk, but it's true. Even
He's been in the right
Tavares is
place.
playing better. Yeah,
at times, but you're right. He's been good. I like the 4th line of the Leafs. They've made mistakes at times, but they actually create. Like Reeves, he's creating energy. He's banging. They get the puck in front of the net. So they're eating up minutes. The question is, can they do that at home? Like the Leafs in the playoffs, guys, they've been a good road team. Like they win a lot on the road. Like they put it in context, they've lost 6 straight home games in the playoffs. Yet they're in the playoffs all the time, so like they're surviving without winning at home. They got to nail down a home win.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? They see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills, Boone, or a Bet Page, or whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah, it really has, and obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. We got a 1-1 hockey game. We got a 1-1 game after a period of play. It doesn't come easy, man. These elimination games, man. Unless you're the Carolina Hurricanes against the Islanders.
It was tied till the third. It was tied till the third. Kurt just slack there.
The Canucks choked last night, Kurt.
Canucks. He's going to nail the Islanders.
Yeah. Well, the Canucks lost too. My team's hanging on by a thread. Like
The Canucks are alive. The Maple Leafs are alive. The Islanders are making golf course reservations.
Well, maybe for 24 hours, George. We'll see.
Hey,
no, I didn't.
Tomorrow night.
You got a day. You got a day. Hey, Bruins have lost, 5 straight now? 5 straight elimination games. They've lost.
Yeah, the Bruins are chokers, too.
Yeah, and they blew a 3-1 series lead last year. Mm-hmm. See if history can repeat itself. But the fact is, Kurtz, we were just talking about this a couple of minutes ago. The Toronto Maple Leafs have lost 6 straight home playoff games, bro.
Yeah.
6 straight, Kurtz.
That's a lot.
I guess something has to break tomorrow. Right? Something's going to change.
Yeah, Leafs fans' hearts again. Like they're tortured.
Yeah.
They're all going to be out on the street outside the arena. Like the hope is alive again, just to get punched. Like
they played
so well. Relationship where your girlfriend gets rid of you.
So well.
She brings you back.
Playing tomorrow, Cam? Is Austin playing tomorrow?
I don't care if he's playing. It doesn't matter. I hope he's not playing, to be honest with you. They played better without him. As crazy as that sounds, that was their best game.
It's not confirmed or anything?
He's not playing.
My gut feel is I don't know what his deal is. I think he's soft, to be honest. I hate to be that cliche guy, but when they said, "Oh, it's up to the doctor," I don't know. How sick is he?
I don't think it's an illness. I think it's something.
He pulled something in that game where he
that's what I think. Yeah, I think it's an injury. Has to be an injury.
I'm not going to say this. Gabe knows guys have played with broken bones before, so that's hockey.
There is a flu outbreak going on now in the NHL.
This would be a long flu, man.
I know.
Get some rest.
Take some antibiotics.
I heard someone say today he's got long COVID.
You can play. He can at least play on the power play through the flu.
He's got long COVID, Ken.
That sounds
It's a thing, long COVID.
That's like long COVID. Ooh, 2 weeks. Get out there, man. Take some friggin' antibiotics and get on the ice.
I'm with Cam. If he's got the flu, he should be out at least on the power play. At least on the power play, he should be out there.
There's no way he would be out this long with the flu.
Long COVID. That's a great term. I'll use that one for all the leagues when they suck. Oh, they got long COVID.
You could use it for yourself, Cam. It's a good little back pocket excuse. Something ever happens. Listen, I got long COVID. All right, shut up.
Well, I have been sick I feel like for a month, but I don't call it long COVID.
Long COVID.
It's just me.
Long COVID.
It's just my health.
It's actually, we're joking, but no, it's not funny. Jason Tatum had it actually, for real. He basically said, he got COVID. He didn't feel well when during the pandemic and stuff. But he said after 6 months later and stuff, he was getting dizzy and he couldn't see and weird stuff was happening. And here's long COVID or post COVID conditions. Wide range of symptoms that can last weeks or even months, Cam.
Yeah, I know. I understand that.
Or even years after the infection. I'm just reading the medical terms.
You already have a breathing disorder, but he's a hockey player.
Allowed around the team if he had COVID. Any kind of COVID, he wouldn't be there. They would have him blocked.
That's a good point.
How many shots does he have?
Maybe they do.
I'm going to make you a bet that Matthews has got at least 3 or 4 shots too. They had right? Come on.
No, I'm with you guys. I think you're right. I think they threw this little flu thing out there as their way of whatever, right? To say whatever, dude. He's got an ankle problem or whatever the hell it is, a knee. You can see him on the bench the other day laboring, but I don't know. But back to the original point, he's a good goal scorer and stuff. But they just played their best game of the playoffs without him. If they do the same thing again, they'll have a chance of winning. And look, it went to overtime. They played their best game, and it went to overtime, Kurtz. Right? And then the Bruins are going to be ready.
Oh, big time.
The Bruins are super annoying, though. God, are they an annoying team. They mouth off. You see, Pasternak, he's mouthing off. They backtracks. Marchand doesn't want to fight anybody. He's always, doing things. They've gotten away with a lot of stuff, too. They broke the stick. They didn't get called for it. They held the stick behind the net. They didn't get called for it the other night. They've gotten away with a lot. I'd like to see the Leafs beat them. What's your pick, Kurtz, for tomorrow? Are they going to beat them or the Bruins going to win?
I'm going to stay with my original prediction, man. I had Toronto in 7. I'm going to say Toronto wins. Toronto still in 7. The Bees have played very well. I hate Brad Marchand. Probably the player I hate. Well, him and Tom Wilson. Probably the 2 players I hate most in the NHL here. But I'll say Toronto gets it done with or without Matthews tomorrow. Woll and net too, right? So, Woll Tavares, Marner, Nylander, they get it done tomorrow.
Cam, we know you're taking the Leafs tomorrow.
Yep, I'm going down with the ship. I wish I had 8-1 before the game the other time, but I do have them when they were down 1-2 in the series. Yeah, I think it goes to Game 7, and after that, who knows? But you're right, Morency. It's like the mob. You know, I'm out. They bring me back in. I'm out. They bring me back in. Everyone thought they're going to lose, and they win again. It's just everything's a friggin' issue. Like, nothing's smooth. These guys are like as smooth as rocks. You know what I mean? They got to win a home game, man, and they got to score first.
Nothing ever goes well in Toronto, man. Like this stuff. That's my problem with this. I just know. Like, you know what I mean? Go back to 1993. Like, it didn't go well. Like, that was as good as it went. Like, the best moment the Leafs have had in the last 62 years is getting jobbed in Game 7 of the conference finals to go to the Cup. They even, like, people talk about, the Leafs, 1967, they haven't won. Put it in, and sorry, Cam, but I'm just saying for Kurtz, put it in perspective, Kurtz. They haven't made the Stanley Cup, bro. Like, let alone they haven't won it.
Yep.
Like, in my lifetime, they never even made the Cup. Like, how many times in my lifetime they even made the conference finals? 93 they did. Yeah, 93 they did. And I think there might have been one other time.
Nope. Once.
Maybe once. Or maybe. Not even.
They got knocked out by the Kings. I think it's once.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money that night. I was more tortured than anyone. Screwed over. Like, that's the legendary scalper screw job.
Yeah, that's right. Could have made thousands.
I remember, I never forget, like, I even looking up at the screen and Yvon Lambert's having in the Montreal Forum, just looking up, shaking my head, like, oh.
When it comes to betting on sports, injuries matter, and Sports Injury Central has you covered all year long with expert injury analysis and injury-based picks for the NFL, NBA, and MLB. Our former pro sports doctors have unmatched experience to analyze every injury so you know the impact of the player, team, and their upcoming matchup. Whether it's articles, podcasts, player insights, or our patented injury scores, Sports Injury Central will help you keep up with your fantasy team and make more informed wagers. So make sure you follow Sports Injury Central and gain an edge at SixScore.com.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid, your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell, coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from three on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
In-game live, prime time.
We got not one, but two coaches fired systems in place.
SportsRage late
This sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on sports.
Second period has started. Edmonton are on the power play in a 1-1 hockey game. Going down memory lane, we're just thinking about old school. Speaking of the LA Kings and the Toronto Maple Leafs, the LA Kings and the Edmonton Oilers, these guys have had a long history of playoff hockey. They said, my uncle played on the Oilers, so I know the stories inside out. But like any hockey historian would know, and I don't expect everyone to know all these things. It was a long time ago, but the Miracle on Manchester. right? Like the LA Kings knocked off the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs. There was like an own goal. It was like Don Cherry. Remember Don Cherry said a lot of crazy things over the years. And he never really regretted anything. He said the only thing he ever regretted is, you remember what was the guy's name, guys? Randy Smith?
Steve Smith, I think it was. Or Randy Gregg?
There was a Steve Smith. You're right. Good call. Steve Smith was a miracle at Manchester, but good call with the Gregg guy. Randy Gregg also, same thing. It was against the Kings, something, I don't know, man. He screwed up or whatever. And Don Cherry came on after. Remember, Randy Gregg was a doctor as well.
Yeah.
And Don Cherry said, I'll tell you what, I'd never want that guy operating on me.
Yeah.
And
not very nice. I like Randy Gregg. He was a redhead too. He's a big ginger.
Yeah, exactly. I guess Don Cherry's wife scolded him when he got home.
Yeah.
She said, you said a lot of mean things about people on TV, but I want you to call and apologize. He's a doctor. You shouldn't have said that about him. He actually did. Like Don Cherry said, he goes, he goes, I'll be honest, like one time, because I kind of felt bad after I called the guy and I said, listen, I got carried away. Like,
handled it well.
Kurtz, Don Cherry used to crush 2 beers right before Coach's Corner would start. So he wasn't drunk, but it was like to loosen up.
Yep.
2, like just 2 in a row, Cam. They'd bring him. Like, he'd be like, bring him over. Yep. Like, it would be like 5 minutes, 5 minutes before he'd go on. Just boom, he'd bang a beer. Like at first they'd watch him. They're like, he'd be like chugging, and he'd put it down. He'd take a breath, and then he'd sort of nurse the second one for a couple of minutes, and then slam it. And then, all right, let's go. And then he'd come on Coach's Corner, and then he's frothing like,
it's amazing. Yeah.
This Cam SportsRage pre-routine. Cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I do. I take shotgun a few. Hey, Morency, how you doing? How are your bets?
Everyone always says, oh, poor Don Cherry. They did him a favor, right? He would have said something really bad eventually. Like, they got him out on time. They got him out on time. He was going to say he's getting worse, Cam.
It would have ended pretty. It would not have ended pretty.
No. It didn't end pretty, but it could have been worse. Oh, my God. The Kings just scored.
Oh, boy, there goes my parlay. This is not good.
Edmonton Oilers are a bunch of chokers, these guys, man.
It's second period.
One by one.
But he brings up good point.
George.
Relax.
No, we're not going to relax.
Let's relax.
You should be up 3 goals in a game like this. You're at home. It's the Kings. Like, I'm with Gabe on this one.
Where's your killer
You're not taking this seriously. Like, they're playing
we
like
talked about, like you said, Cam, they should have lost the last game they played. The LA Kings were better than the last game.
That's the thing about hockey. You're playing a dangerous game, letting teams linger. Like Boston, like you might beat Toronto tomorrow, but it's a dangerous game. Like, look at, it's just something you don't want to do. It's bad news.
Who scored? Who was that?
Lazat.
Lazat. First career NHL playoff goal.
I like Lazat.
But we were just saying, remember, Cam, I was saying, they need somebody to score. And I don't just mean to score. Like, they need, like, make a play, nice, like, boom, nice shot, get confidence. You know what I mean? Like, you're a real team. That was one of those goals. Like, the Kings have had a million chances, and they don't do anything with them ever. He got the puck. He was like, I'm scoring. And to be honest, Skinner should have had that.
Yep. It wasn't
Got to be honest.
It was a nice
great point by you
bad
about
positioning.
Don Cherry.
He left too much of the net open, if you notice. There was too much. His angle was bad.
It's true. I don't know how he even got through Coach's Corner because I saw him when I did my Journey to the Cup, and he was basically like, it was mid-afternoon, asleep at a grocery store in Vancouver. He was like wavering, and like he was really old and tired. He's like, can you tell me where the difference between the cashews and
by the end,
like he was like, it was just, I was worried about him. Like I was just like, holy geez, how's this guy do TV? Like it was kind of crazy.
And he would be offensive like in the studio before they would go on. So then there was the panic of, listen, he's 80 years old and he might not like flick the switch back off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Then it started with you people.
It's never good.
Whoa.
Yeah, you people, like, not a good. That's
all
not
you
the way
people,
to go.
And they went to a commercial break. They were like, all right, and he was never on. Like I said, people are like, oh, he never really said anything. It was like, because he didn't get the chance to. Like, he was going to.
Got Mike.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? You know, they see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah. It really has, and obviously, of course, I'm biased toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
All right, we've looked back at the history, and we're not going to say this is good. Like, Kurtz just took a pot shot at him. He said, great history, 0 for 4, losers. Yep. It's true.
Like That's not what I said. That's not what I said at
losers.
All.
You said they're 0 and 4. I said losers. I'm sorry.
I said we're losers.
One of 6 teams that have not made the Stanley Cup. Want to try to name the other 5 teams?
What? Since what? Since 1967?
Or in the history of the league?
No, I think it's
the Columbus Blue Jackets have 82. Never made the Stanley Cup.
Columbus
Blue Jackets have never made it. The Minnesota Wild.
Nashville Predators.
No, they made it.
They made it to
the
Stanley
Preds made
Cup?
the Cup once.
Oh, yeah.
They made it once.
Okay, hold on. Sharks?
No, Sharks made it.
Sharks made it and lost.
Oh, yeah, they did, man. I'm brutal. Let me think.
Okay, so Minnesota Wild, as I said, that's what we said. Yeah. I said Minnesota Wild. What was the other one I already said? Columbus Blue Jackets.
Columbus Blue Jackets.
Never been.
There's 3 others. One's pretty obvious.
Can we say Hartford? Does that count?
No.
No.
Oh, or Quebec?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not looking at the league here. I'm just thinking am I allowed to look at if I looked at the league, if I looked at the standings,
it's
I'd be
easy
like, yeah, but I'm not, so I'm choking. That's why Howie Schwab, rest in peace. Dr. Schwab passed away.
Wow.
Only one Canadian team.
What, that didn't make it?
The Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, the Winnipeg Jets have never made it. The Jets have never made it.
Leafs, Jets.
I'm surprised you haven't got one. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, hold on.
Across the entire league. You keep saying it's pretty obvious, but like the San Jose Sharks, they suck. They've made it.
No, there's a reason why it's obvious.
The Coyotes?
Coyotes? That wasn't the obvious one, but Coyotes are one.
Yeah, but that's a trick one, a little because they're moving. There's another one though. The Coyotes.
The other one's the more obvious one. They just haven't been in the league very long.
Oh, the Kraken.
Your next door neighbor.
Kraken.
The Kraken.
That's kind of tricky.
That's a good.
Okay. Good, well played, George.
It is. They're in the league, but it's a good point.
Man.
Yeah, the Kraken don't exist to us. We're like, I don't know, the Kraken.
I just feel like you took a lighter to my brain cells there. That was pretty embarrassing. Like, we just absolutely got smoked.
We choked pretty hard. We're like, it was
such
a hard question.
You're like, team name. I'm like, yes. I just absolutely
I like my
gagged.
answer. I said, am I allowed to look at the standings? Do I look at the league?
Yes. Look at the standings.
Hey, those John Boy guys, man, they do that with baseball cards. Like, I couldn't do it. And I know these things, too. But they're like, all right, name the who led the league in triples 10 years in a row in the 80s. It's like, I don't know. What do you want from me? Like, you know what I mean?
Seriously, there's only so much in your brain, man. I got to remember.
Like Ricky Henderson, Ron LaFleur, Tim Raines, Lou Brock. I don't know. Like,
Ozzie Smith. Yeah, what do you want
The
from
Yankees have a new thing on their telecast now. You know, they usually give a trivia question. Now they give you a team logo, the years, and they keep going for a player. This player played on the Yankees for 1 year from 92 to 93. And they tell you all the other teams. I mean, I don't know. I got one right so far this season.
It's one of 300 people that you got one right. You know baseball, too.
I got it tonight. Don Baylor was the answer tonight. You know, I played because I knew if he played for the Yankees, I'm like, oh, that looks like Don Baylor. You know, I knew the teams he played for. I'm like, maybe Baylor. First one I ever got right.
That's tough.
I was going to ask you guys, too. I saw one. I was going to put you guys on the hot seat because I saw the Schwab. So Caleb Williams, number 1 USC pick.
Pretty warm.
Can you name the other USC number 1 overall draft picks?
Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart.
No,
OJ?
Bush was not number 1. Bush, I think Bush was the second pick, third pick.
Where'd OJ go? Where'd OJ go?
It was OJ one back in the day?
OJ's one of them. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
OJ, number 1 pick. Buffalo Bills,
good
baby.
Hey, the seats are a little bit cooler. Cooler seats. Yeah. Who else we got here?
Let's see a hint there. Quarterback. Played for the Bengals.
Darnold? Oh, go up there. Hold on.
The guy who threw the great deep pass there.
Yeah, come on.
Guy,
This is pretty good quarterback.
Carson Palmer. Thank you.
Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, O.J. Simpson, Caleb Williams, and there was a dude that I didn't know from like the 60s type thing.
Oh.
Like a lineman or something. I don't know. It's like,
man, these games are getting really tough as we're getting older. It's not as fun as it used to be.
Edmonton tired, by the way.
Good.
Let's see.
Hey,
who scored?
Oh,
they're reviewing it. They're reviewing it, though.
Oh, here we go. Was it? Tell me a time.
I think it's Draisaitl.
It might be.
Oh, I think it's a check to see if it went in the net.
That's a goal.
Oh, that was a hell of a save.
Oh, I don't know if that's a goal. I don't know if that's a goal. They're going to get at the
top. That's in.
I think it's a goal, but you can't see it.
It's hard to prove it. Like George, like you said, you can't prove it. You can't see the puck. So who's to say the puck's not in the other part of the glove?
The whole glove is in the net.
I know the glove. The glove. Did they call it a goal or not?
The webbing's in the net.
But you can't see it. You play goal. You don't play goal. That puck can be caught in the beginning of it. You don't know that. I don't think they're going to award that a goal unless they got a better review than that.
I'm not sure that's a goal, personally. My gut is like, I'm not sure that's a goal. I don't think it is.
I think it's a goal logically, but I can't prove it.
Now I'm getting
this is like one of the we talked about. Remember Cam the other night, like we said, if you can't see the puck, you can't. It's like football, right, George? It's like it's inconclusive.
But you know the puck's in the webbing.
That's his gloves in the net.
That's the only way you can catch it. It's the webbing part.
It could be stuck here.
It's the webbing. The whole glove's in the net. Come on. What's going on here? Come on. This is logical.
It counts.
It counts. Yes. Because there's no other way you can't catch the glove up your sleeve. It was his damn glove.
No, I know.
I think they called it a goal on the ice. That's why they kept it. I don't think they overruled this. I think they called it a goal on the ice.
Did you see? You saw last night. You saw last night in the Nashville-Vancouver game. It was close, but I understand why they kept it. But the puck was behind the goalie.
Yeah.
And no one really knew where it was. And Buddy on Nashville came in and just shoved everybody. So he pushed everybody into the puck and it went into the net. You're not allowed to do that. But
no,
he did it slickly.
He did. They could have blew that dead too. Like he did it really well.
Yeah, but Cam, he was smart. He made it look like he was falling. He was like, exactly. He made it chaotic. Boom. I was like, that was pretty slick, bro. Yeah, you got to give him credit. That's like doing whatever it takes. That's the definition of we're going to will it in the net. Like, I don't care what you do. Push it in. Push the entire team in the net. Whatever you have to do. Like the Canucks.
Overrule it. Force them to overrule it. Right?
Exactly.
I think Corey Perry's dead.
Yeah, Corey Perry's down. He's tough. He'll get up.
Yeah, you're right, Gabe. He just popped right up. Nope, he's back down.
No, but he's got a problem with his knee. This isn't, it's not a toughness problem because he can shake anything off this guy. He's tough as hell, but I think he's got a knee problem. Like, look at him. He reached down. He's like, I got a problem.
These guys
he's a big key for them in the next round, man. If they move on, like, he's a grinder for them.
Good point, Morency. Corey Perry brings a lot of he can get into the other players' best players, be a pest, tough guy, been there, done that. Yeah, you need those type of warriors on your team.
He'll look good.
You're going to go deep. No, he's in trouble. Hockey.
They can't move. Man. Like, you can see they're.
You can't skate.
There's somebody in Chicago right now that's going good, son of a bitch. we don't know who exactly.
Hey.
He got hurt. He actually hit.
Yeah, guy made some mistakes in his life. I don't know. Perry's, whatever. He's a good hockey player.
Not putting any pressure on his left leg.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's got a lower body injury, Kurtz. Let's just call it that.
Yeah, lower body.
Lower body injury.
The Mavericks are up 23. No wonder you've been sticking to the hockey game. Wow, you're telling me. That's craziness.
And the total is going to hell in a handbasket. The Clippers have scored 4 points.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? They see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah. It really has, and obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. We got a 2-2 game. Corey Perry, nearly killed himself behind the net. He's injured, and he got a penalty for it. That's what they were discussing after.
Brutal.
So the Kings are on the power play right now. Got a 2-2 game. We got Julio's going to step up in a couple of minutes. Looking forward to that. But I want to get Kurtz's hockey picks for tomorrow night. But I want to show this video to Kurtz and Cam and Keon Coleman, who you guys know, I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. I was a big fan of his in Florida State all year. I talked about him and Johnny Wilson a lot, but Keon was the guy. And I like the pick. I don't like helping the Chiefs still, but I like the Keon Coleman pick. But this kid keeps on just like delivering, of course. So he showed up at the Bills, his introductory conference, and he lit the media up, like with his personality and his jokes and stuff. But he's not trying. It's just kind of who he is. So now the Buffalo Bills release footage. This is the Bill draft pick. So he's there. You got a couple other players, and you can hear there's another guy talking who's like the Bills driver and stuff. So here's Keon Coleman on his first trip to Buffalo.
Yeah, I was at my hotel on my 30th visit. I asked the woman that they had a pool, so I could stretch, get a little workout in. I go downstairs, so I get lost looking for it. Guess what I find? An ice rink. I said, what am I supposed to do with that? Ice rink, like a hockey rink. But I'm gonna go skate for it. I don't ice skate. I've done that probably when I was 8 years old.
I got the 2 ice rinks in that hotel.
I'm looking for a pool, so I can get a little workout in. It's 30 visits. Man, she was like, a pool? I'm like, oh, bro, y'all don't have one. I'm like, dang. The last thing I was expecting was a hockey rink.
In Buffalo, we got ice rinks out
ice rink? I said, that is out of the ordinary.
I love this guy. Oh, he's amazing. That's funny.
Yeah, like how can you not like this dude, right? Like I said,
that was awesome.
The yellow jacket he's wearing too. He sat down. He's like, he goes, "You like my jacket?" He goes, "I got all kinds of colors," but he goes, "Now I got to get a blue and a red one, like because Buffalo." And he starts talking about greatest deal ever, $79 at Macy's. Yep. He starts hyping it up, $79
in the summer. Now you in the summer, not the winter. Remember that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and he starts talking about like, hey, shopping for stuff after. He goes, oh, you got to buy stuff after on the cheap, man. He was talking about like preparing in advance and stuff. Yeah, he's an interesting dude. He went on with RG3 today, and he just continued to kill it and stuff. Hopefully, he kills it on the field. So 78-54 for the Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers are another one. We were talking about Stanley NHL teams that never made the finals. The Clippers are like the big loser organization as well. They never win. They always choke. They've never made it to a conference finals even in their existence. No, it's true. They've never even made it to the Western Conference Finals ever.
I'm just laughing.
And they spend a lot of money on players, man. Like Kawhi does nothing. They just
exactly. They're cursed.
So our boy Matthias is a Clipper fan. Sorry. I bet on these losers tonight because I'm an idiot. All right, so we'll get Kurtz out of here on this. Kurtz, Boston Bruins, Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow. You say the Leafs are going to extend the series. They're going to get it done on home ice, -115.
We go to Game 7. Leafs get it done here. Let's have at least one Game 7.
Friday night, Nashville, Vancouver. Nashville, -130. Vancouver, +110. I personally would go back to Casey DeSmith. I don't know what they're going to do. I'd go back. And it was nothing against Elof last night. He played well. But you go game-by-game operation here, right? It's you take it each thing. DeSmith played great before he got hurt in Nashville. And he's a vet. He's 29, 30 years old. It's a bigger spot here. I understand if you go Seelovs and you lose, then then you're putting a lot of pressure on DeSmith in Game 7 after, if you go back to him. I would go to DeSmith here, try to finish the series off, and then decide if you go to a Game 7. What do you think, Kurtz? We're not going to talk. Vancouver, Nashville, who you got on Friday?
I think Nashville, we're going to go to another Game 7. Nashville gets it done here. Vancouver win at home in Game 7. I would probably go with Seelovs, though. I think unless I'm 100% sure that DeSmith is completely healthy, I'm not letting in any goals because he's not quite there. Seelovs has played well in both of his games. I think I'd stick with him, but I'll go with Nashville to win another tight game, maybe an overtime game as well.
Dallas Vegas opens as a pick-em, -110, Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern. Dallas going to Vegas looking to finish them off.
Dallas the better team. They're going to end it.
And the Canes and the Rangers, guys, Sunday. Carolina Hurricanes. I see Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern. Carolina Hurricanes, -115, road favorites at the Garden.
No, right?
It's kind of weird.
They beat the Islanders, but they didn't play all that great. They need to play a lot better to beat the Rangers than they did to beat the Islanders here. I'm going to go with the Rangers.
I'm very surprised to see this price, guys. Yeah, come on, Ken. How are the Rangers not -125?
What the hell are you? Like, did the Rangers swept? Like, Washington, I get it.
The Canes are -115. Rangers -105.
We might fall.
And I got the opposite here, by the
trap.
way. In New York, it's a little different. Shocking.
Wow.
No, it is. Yeah, it's out. It's
minus 140.
Cam, look at FanDuel Ontario. What is it, FanDuel Ontario? Carolina Hurricanes and the Rangers.
Great call.
Look at the bottom of the board.
Carolina's favored.
So it's only in New York.
So New York, yeah.
New York, it's minus 114 for the Rangers, minus 105 for Carolina, which I think is what it should be, by the way. I think that's the right one. I'm still taking the Rangers at that.
Just that sports betting's not available in my state. Here, this is something new.
You moved?
Well, you seem to be doing it anyways.
I got to tell you, Morency, I'm about at my wit's end with this computer bet. We got to find a way. Tablets? Do tablets work? Are we talking about this?
I know it's a pain.
I can't deal with it.
Okay, George. Thank you very much.
Anytime, boys. Have a great weekend.
Pleasure.
See you, George. We got Julio ready to step up and in.
Nice.
More picks. More picks coming up here. Yeah, I love that video. Hockey rink.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking for a pool. 2 hockey rinks? That was the best.
I want to know, Tommy, do you know Tommy's a local guy from the area there? Or if you don't, we can find out. What's this cool hotel in Buffalo that has 2 ice hockey rinks in their hotel? What the hell is that about? It's a pretty cool spot. You're going to stay at the hotel, play some hockey.
I've been in a lot of Buffalo hotels, and I don't remember any with the Buffalo. Oh, the Buffalo Marriott. Nah, I never stayed there. Too good for me.
So the Buffalo Marriott, huh? Yeah, I could see them having they got a skating rink and an ice hockey rink? I was looking for a pool.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? You know, they see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills Moon or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky. But, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah, it really has. And obviously, of course, I'm biased toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
Let's do this thing. This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Thanks for Julio's patience. Great stuff. We've had great guests tonight. Show's been great stuff. Brady Cannon. Paul Bovey was brief, but at least he got it in there, Cam. He likes the Knicks tomorrow.
Yeah, he does.
He got that in. He likes the Knicks. Yeah, but and we didn't even get to the Kentucky Derby yet, but a lot of stuff going on. There was Champions League soccer today. And one of these deals where I didn't bet the game yesterday, and I would have won. I didn't get to bet it. I was like, I like the over of the Real Madrid game. I like the over. And I don't bet it. So today, Julio, it's one of those deals, Cam. So today, of course, I'm at my phone right before. I'm like, oh, look, I got 10 minutes to get this bet in. Dude, I went 0-3. I had over 9.5 corner kicks. I think they got to 9 or 8. I had over 2.5. That didn't work out. And I had PSG, which the PSG, whatever, Julio was plus 130. You know, that was sort of a flyer. But no, they're not, though. They're not. Like, they've been struggling this year. They can't score. But PSG just couldn't score. It's like hockey, Cam. Like, they had a million chances, and they didn't take advantage of it. They didn't score. And I went 0-3, Julio. It sucked.
I've had those days, Gabe, plenty of those days, and it was shocking. I mean, if you're a big analytics soccer bettor with expected goals, that's in hockey as well, PSG should have scored at least 2 goals in that game. So we just didn't get the right bounces to go our way this afternoon.
That's what I get for betting sub-tier soccer, like PSG matches. I stick to my world-class Vancouver Whitecaps and MLS. Best league in the world, baby.
Whatever works for you. Champions League, most of the games
it's not
have gone
the best,
over.
But I follow it. I know it, at least.
Yeah.
These other things, well, whatever. It's a Champions League semifinal. I wanted to get a piece of it. What do you so now we got the aggregates coming up next week, right? So we get the second end of this thing still. So congratulations to your Colorado Avalanche, Julio. The Denver Nuggets and the Avs, can they both win? Can they both make the finals? I think that should be the
yeah,
that's the
question. Rockies.
They could have a three-peat. DU Pioneers win the Frozen Four, the Avalanche to win the Stanley Cup, and the Nuggets to win the NBA. Let's get it done. And I've got a future tonight, guys. 25-1. Give me the top 5 ranked Denver Pioneers lacrosse. Give me the Pios to win the College Lacrosse National Championship. 25-1. Give it to me.
Oh, my God.
Well, you didn't see this one coming.
No, I had this one like I've got hit with a rubber ball here. Like lacrosse, Denver, 25? What are we going to do with the Rockies? That's the only team. They're bringing Denver down, that team. They got to lose them.
Yes.
All right, you know what? I was going to say, you know what? Julio's like catching me off guard here, Cam. I don't know. Do I have lacrosse here? Do I have
we even have?
I do.
Yeah, give me. Who's the favorite?
Okay.
Virginia?
Notre Dame plus 250.
Okay. John Hopkins?
Duke is the second choice, plus 500. Mm-hmm. Syracuse, always good at lacrosse, plus 650. Virginia, always good at lacrosse, like you said, plus 800. Johns Hopkins, medical school,
lacrosse school.
Plus 900. Cornell, 10-1. Penn State, 12-1. Maryland, 14-1. Yale, 25. There's Denver, 25. Georgetown, 33. Army, 40. What's your pick, Cam? So Julio's saying Denver, huh? I'm going to do a little research,
They're 11-2 on the season, top 5 in the country. They've played a lot of East Coast schools. They beat Johns Hopkins at the start of the season. They beat Cornell. They lost to Yale by 2, a pick I gave out on this show. I thought Denver would win that game, but they lost by 2. Close loss to Duke. They beat Georgetown, 6th-ranked team in the country. So at 25-1, I think those are great odds.
This guy's on fire. Holy jeez.
I like it, Julio. He's coming prepared here. NCAA lacrosse. I'm worried about the Mavericks total here. This guy's throwing Johns Hopkins at me.
Don't worry about
This is my gut pick. This is just my gut. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to come over to pick, but I'm looking at the board here.
I got
I'm looking. I'm like, you know what? Give me the Maryland Terrapins at 14-1.
That was going to be my gut pick. Maryland popped out.
Really? That's Maryland, huh?
I
what
love
are Maryland, Julio? What's Maryland's record? What are Maryland ranked?
Well,
I know they're good.
Let's find out.
Let's do it, Dave. That was the first team that popped out, too. It was Maryland over Virginia.
Then it's Destiny. Maryland, 14-1.
Wow. Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. If I can get this in before the break. Maryland.
Yeah, here comes the music.
We'll get it on the other side.
Shout out to Sienna for making the tournament.
State. Way to go, State. Yeah.